We got one
Fucking
over
fan.
here saying, dear opposite ends of the hair selection screen. Stove
I like
here.
that.
Been playing fighting games as long as I can remember. Started somewhere unusual. My love came from Fighter's Destiny and Flying Dragon for the N64. People have
All
often
right.
said these are odd ones to start a love with, but they clicked so right with me and they still get my blood going to this day. My question is, have you gotten into anything based on a bad representation of said genre? Thank you. Um, Hard to say. I don't think for me that it's necessarily bad, but I've gotten into stuff through unpopular routes. I've mentioned that one of the first RTSs, but it's not RTS, it's turn based. One of the first turn based strategy games I ever played was Fallen Haven on the PC, which was not very popular, I think. It kind of just existed as a thing that I think it came free with a video card. I want to say it came free with a video card back in the day, probably an ATI Rage, and it
What?
was a lot of
Jesus.
fun. It was a really good turn-based strategy game that I enjoyed, but like I never heard anyone ever talk about it again in the future.
There's some fucking piece of shit RTS game for the PlayStation 1 that I played that I genuinely cannot remember the name of. That I think was the first RTS game I ever played. It was like on a gray, it was like a fucking brown background, and you made a bunch of green tanks, and that is all I can remember. Um,
Hmm.
Jesus, what the fuck was the name of that shit? Was it Warzone? It was Warzone. That's the first RTS game I played. Was Warzone.
Before like Worms and Worms style games, um, which includes, I guess, like what's that other one? Was it Maple Story? No.
I don't know.
Anyway, uh, there was a game called Gorilla where it is a super basic ass PC insert diskette to load up game. Type in the angle that you want to throw your bomb boomerang at, and two
Mm-hmm.
gorillas on
Mm-hmm.
two sides of the screen had to shoot a thing, and then the trajectory would fall, and then you'd whiff, and then you'd have to correct. And the whole game was just angle correction until you nailed it.
Sounds like Angry Birds.
Q basic shit, like super duper basic. And that was like, yeah, that was my first exposure to physics
I
gaming.
got into fighting games playing the fucking Genesis version of Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting.
Keep that shit to yourself.
That version is terrible.
Keep that shit to your fucking self. Gunbound.
I
That's what I was talking
remember
about. Yeah.
talking to a friend of mine who was convinced that it was fine. No, no, it's, you just hit start real fast. It's just between punches and kicks. It's fine. You're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy.
Also, this is pretty late, and a lot of them were out by then. But Advance Wars was also like where I played a lot of turn-based strat
Nah, those
uh,
games are great.
before. Yeah, they are. They are. They're just not really like brought up in the pantheon, you know.
That's because they're dead, but they're great. If you like those, you should try check out Wargroove.
Well, Advance Wars turned into the like what was it Wii or GameCube? There was a platformer that came out in the same franchise afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't called Advance anymore. It was called something else Wars, but technically it did continue, just not in the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Battalion Wars, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. No, man, you want to play Advance Wars? Check out fucking Wargroove. That is just straight up Advance Wars.
Mhm.
But it's got dogs.
Also, the fact that we got the stupid Fist of the North Star game for launch at Game Boy, and that we didn't get the Beast Wars game is tragic, because the Beast Wars game that came out later, of course, shows you a way better version of what you can do with a fighting game in two buttons.
I've talked to Paige about this because, of course, she's played it. But you ever played the PS1 Beast Wars game?
Yeah.
It's 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 fucking
Ooh.
unbelievable. It's
Ooh.
fucking. It's
Ooh.
probably on. It's appropriate,
Yeah, it hurt.
but it's probably right there with fucking Reboot.
Yeah, no, it hurt. No,
It's holy shit. That thing is terrible.
might be worse. No, no, no.
Yeah, see the fact that you
Oh.
have to even think.
Oh. No, Reboot's worse.
I need to
Reboot's
go
worse.
look
Reboot's
at it.
worse.
I need to go look at it.
Reboots. I think we did a mystery box on it because I'm pretty sure we did a mystery box on it. But Reboot is worse because Reboot's basic movement system completely fails you. The thing you have to spend the entire video game doing is floating around on a zip board really badly. You're on slidey ice controls for the entire platforming of the game.
Oh, I'm looking at this Beast Wars game and it's pretty rough, man.
At the very least, Beast Wars, from what I recall, you moved in directions that you wanted to. All of
Sure?
Reboot, 100% of Reboot involved sliding on shitty ice controls where you'd fall off the edge of every platform 3 times, die, get a game over, lose your save.
Yeah, but you were willing to do a Reboot LP, but you didn't do a Beast Wars LP. That makes Beast Wars better by default because you dodged it.
I mean, Beast Wars doesn't mean as much to me as Reboot does.
That's stupid. Beast Wars has animals in it.
I'm so mad. I was watching. So Reboot Revival is a website, and like he's been working on this thing where he does 4K versions of mainframe shows. So he's done
That's awesome.
He's done a 4K version of Reboots, like first episodes and stuff like that, and then he also did 4K Beast Wars. And I was checking it out.
I bet that looks fucking great.
Unbelievable, gorgeous, right? And it's the perfect type of perfect visuals for like 4K machine whatchamacallit, rasterization, because it's like that exact level of shiny and flat that work.
Oh, that looks great. I'm looking at it now. That looks fucking great.
Incredible, right? Basic 3D works so well when upscaled to 4K. So looking at it, it's very, very pretty. And I was watching it, and it's the beginning of the fight where, you know, the Decepticons and or rather the Maximals and the Predacons are like in space chasing each other in the first fight. And I'm just remembering, like, God fucking damn it, I always wanted to see what their forms were like before the animals were attached.
Dude.
And they had them. They are there. They're just in the shadows, right? Rat Trap, Rhinox, Cheetor, Optimus Primal are all there in the ship, and they're in the same colors, sort of, but they just don't have the animal parts attached. And I wanted to see exactly what they look like, and they never showed it. I'm like, fuck. I still want to know. Same thing for the Megatron and Dinobot and everyone else that was over there. And
I don't know about you, but I prefer Beast Wars Megatron way more than classic Megatron.
Beast Wars Megatron is the best Megatron. Shut up, fight me.
He's so fucking good.
Fucking fight me. I will die on that hill and turn it into Everest.
Remember that time
with my rage?
Remember that time they were defending Optimus, who was coming back to life, and so Rat Trap, Dinobot, and Cheetor went out in front to defend it, and then fucking Tarantulas was like, "Ha! Look at them, the Maximals. They're so fucking stupid. They're dumb. They're coming out to fight us." And then Megatron goes, "The Maximals are many things, but fools they are not," and starts to zoom in. And he's like, that's what they're doing. I'm like, oh, that's the best.
And you, Optimus Primal, you no longer exist.
It's so that dude's
oh shit! Fuck me, that show ruled. Shut up. Yeah, no.
Air Razor, you're so cool, but your toy died early. Oh my.
No, Air Razor, but no, and then Tigertron, and then they fuse, and then they're like, we're not selling this fucking toy. We're not selling this shit. Kill that
thing.
No. Kill it. You rose out of the pit, and now you die.
Plot beats tied to toy lines are a trap for your show. My two favorite characters fused into
Goodbye.
one and got killed.
Goodbye. Hey kids, do you like Dinobot? Yes, all of us do. Well, here's Code of Hero. Enjoy it. Enjoy Dinobot going on a fucking monologue in his final episode. All right.
All right, that's it. Podcast's over. I'm going to go pee. I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast.
Think about the old mainframe shows and
be responsible with your waifus.
Yeah.
You don't need them in your lifeu.
But why? Foo.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Whatever, man. How about this? Genshin Impact. It's exactly as sketchy and scummy as you were worried about. Because, hey, the Chinese gacha's out there. It's here to steal your money. But also the game's really good, so...
But her boobs are really big.
Asking people to be responsible about this shit is not gonna... It's not gonna end well, man.